All right, guys. Today's episode is specifically speaking to men who are looking for wedding bands. Obviously, if you like this channel, anybody could watch this, and this is applicable to anybody that wants to keep it simple. But in regards to our experience here at Fire and Brilliance, we do work with men as well who has purchased many wedding bands from us. And what we found that's worked for many men is to keep it simple. So here are 3 reasons to keep it simple with men's wedding bands. All right, so I'm gonna get right into it for you. And if you find some value in this episode, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment section below, and at the same time, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps support our channel, and make sure you share the channel if this helps anybody else that is currently in the market for a men's wedding band. Number one, it is to represent a timeless and classic look. All right, so let me read something that I wrote real quick. A wedding band is a representation of a couple's commitment to each other and is seen as something timeless and classic. A simpler, more elegant design can help achieve this, and it is true, right? So I've said this many times in the past. If you've watched our channel, that you probably heard me say this. But what is the definition of something that is timeless and classic, right? The way I look at it is that if you are receiving, or if you have ever received an heirloom piece from your grandparents or your parents or anyone that's older than you, and if you're still willing to wear it and rock it, then that is a timeless and classic piece because it still is applicable to the design, the style of today, right? Or if you can imagine 50 years out, 60 years out, 70 years out, when eventually you pass down your jewelry to your kids, your grandkids, or whoever it is that one of your loved ones, right? Can you imagine them wearing your jewelry at that point in time? I mean, obviously, it's very hard to predict the future, what designs will be. Who knows if people still wearing jewelry in the future? Hopefully they do, right? But if you can imagine that they will wear it, then that is a definition of something that's timeless and classic because it does not matter when in the world it is. It does not matter how far along into the future it is. It is still applicable to the design, the trend, the style of that time, right? So when you keep something simple, basically what that is that it is not what is considered too modern, right? When you keep it simple, it's timeless and classic, and therefore it keeps it in a sense where it keeps it very romanticized. Okay, so for a men's wedding band, many men do prefer to keep it simple. Because it is timeless and classic, and then it's applicable to all different types of settings, regardless if it's a casual setting, regardless if it's a professional setting, regardless if you're trying to go to a ball or a wedding or a business event, or just basically to the park, right? So it really, at the end of the day, is timeless and classic if you want to keep it simple. Now, number two, when you keep it simple, it makes it much more comfortable to wear, right? So depending on what kind of a guy you are you more athletic? Do you like to you like to play sports at the gym? Now, again, I've said this many times in my past. I do not recommend wearing jewelry when you are in a situation where you're trying to play sports or going to the gym, right? That's not the best place to actually wear your jewelry. We've heard some horror stories where things break, they lose it, etc., etc. But all I'm saying is that if you're more of an athletic person, if you are a person that likes to be physical and stuff like that, or if you have kids that you play with, you wrestle or whatever it is that you do with your kids and your fun time with your kids, right? And you just want to wear something comfortable, and you don't want it to be too much. Then sometimes wearing a simple band makes it much more comfortable to wear, right? Because the sleek and plain rings are usually more comfortable since they are not overly bulky or heavy. This means wearing them won't cause discomfort or basically impede in any of your activities. So again, simple bands many times is opted by men because it really is much more comfortable. Now, the last thing is basically to ensure that it is durable. Okay, simple bands are more durable since they contain fewer details and decorative designs. This makes them less likely to chip or break, and they are more likely to last throughout everyday activities and various occasions. So again, if you think about jewelry, right, the creation of jewelry requires metal, gemstones, designs, decorative designs. So the more you put into that ring, then sometimes it becomes less durable. It doesn't mean that it'll be less durable all the time, but if you are a person that's very active, then sometimes it makes more simple to be wearing just a thicker plain band than to have different types of decorative designs on it. And it just makes sense, right? It doesn't mean it's not durable. It just means that you won't be so upset if you were to kind of ding it around a little bit, because then all it is just metal. Whereas, you scratch it. Whereas, let's just say if you have gemstones on it, then you may end up, what if you knock it out or something like that, and then you might be upset. So in that case, it ensures the durability when it comes to just a thick piece of metal or a solid piece of metal, right? So those are the three reasons why people or men should keep it simple with their wedding bands. I understand not all men like to keep it simple. There are men out there that likes to keep it very extravagant. As a matter of fact, one of my wedding bands that I'm wearing here has diamonds on it, right? So it's a plain band, as you can see on the other side, but on the front half eternity or with diamonds in the channel set. So it's actually quite secure, to be honest with you. So I find it to be quite simple, very elegant, and to the point. But the difference here is that you can't wear this ring in every single setting. It doesn't look right if you wear this ring to, let's just say, I don't know, some casual setting. This is a little more extravagant. This is something that you probably want to wear to a wedding or something like that, right? So in this regards, it doesn't fit all three. Is it timeless? Yes, I believe this ring is timeless. Is it quite durable? Yes, as long as I'm not too active with it. But is it super comfortable? Not all the time, because then I'm not going to feel very comfortable with being too active with it. So I'm afraid, what if I end up knocking out the stone for some reason, right? So it's really up to you. But then at the same time, that's the reason why there are three reasons here, or there are more reasons, but three reasons to keep it simple for men's wedding bands, especially if you want to make your life a little more simpler. Let me know your thoughts. Is there another the reason that you have thought about that have not? Leave in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, subscribed to the channel. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're on all the platforms. You can follow me personally, or you can also follow Fire and Brilliance, or both. And if you haven't checked out already, we did a quick series of a few gemstones that we gave reasons why people love those gemstones. And the previous one is 4 reasons why people love cushion-shaped gemstones. All you have to do is click on it or tap right here to your right, and it'll take you right there. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.